Hmm. Well, now I have a calm and peaceful puma on my lap. I love that he's part of our meditation tribe. I think we all receive such great comfort sometimes from our pets. Sometimes they stir the pot, keep us on our toes. Anyway, seems like a short little week getting started with our chats on Tuesday. It sure was delightful to visit with you all yesterday and hear your wise insights. Today's topic is three words strung together, which I believe powerfully contain the pinnacle of spiritual wisdom and understanding when properly unpacked and understood. And there are three words that never I was not remotely interested in and made no sense to me until a kind soul unpacked them for me. And it's the spiritual phrase, resist not evil. And it's sort of a modern scientific theory, not even a theory, but there's reality behind it, that what we pay attention to, we actually create, or it swells in our own experience. In other words, by paying attention to something, we see more of it. By taking our attention off of something, it tends to dissipate or disappear. Of course, we might, and this is controversial, but I think there's great truth in it. We might think about the modern science of quantum physics, where it's attention itself that collapses the wave function and turns probability into actuality. It's consciousness itself that looks at potential and shapes it into reality. So, in other words, whatever we pay attention to, we're bringing it life, we're vivifying it, we're making it real. And this is our own, this is how we're made in the image of God. What we pay attention to becomes reality. Our own reality, our individual reality, is what we individually pay attention to. Our collective reality that we all share together is somehow this miraculous amalgam of attention being paid by trillions and trillions of life forces in this universe, or God, so to speak. But anyway, resist not evil pertains to the idea that if we don't like something, that we withdraw our attention away from it. And this might be one of the most counterintuitive, difficult spiritual lessons that any of us will ever learn, if we ever do learn it. I think many humans don't. There seems to be a part of our brain that likes to identify things that are frightening, scary, dangerous, problematic, and troublesome, and actually pay more attention to them in order to try to make them go away. And I've always equated it to beating on the surface of water with a baseball bat to try to make the water calm down and become smooth again. And it just seems to be a very habitual thing. We have a problem, we have a difficulty, we have a resentment, we have a situation, and I'm going to apply so much of my attention and life force on it that I'm going to make it go away. And occasionally the insanity, the literal insanity of that dawns on me, because that's oftentimes my first inclination is I will hurl myself before a problem and try to tackle it and make sure, wrestle it to the ground. But if we think of our minds as actually activating tools, and what we look at turns from nothing and begins to vibrate and begins to move, I like the analogy of what we pay attention to is much like a guitar string that's still and calm, but if we pay attention to it, it begins to move and vibrate and make sound. And the more we pay attention to it, the more we pay attention to a resentment, a difficulty, a disease, a depression, the stronger it gets in our reality, until sooner or later, in the fullness of time, the pain of that simply makes us look elsewhere. This might be the meaning of turn the other cheek and look above or away from the problem, and then watch it disappear and dissolve back into its native nothingness. Anyway, something to think about today. I always am thinking about trying not to resist evil, and it's a training, a practice, and a discipline. Let's see where this goes this week. Talk to you soon.